Hey, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. I'm here right now at Skyservice in Redmond, Oregon. It's a charter service for jets and other types of aircraft. I think there's only one, but I'm here with Nelson Carrick. He is the general manager of this company, and it's going to be a pleasure to see his expertise regarding aviation, tourism as well, how these two industries can collaborate and merge, and also any other interesting ideas that come up to our mind. So, Nelson, thank you for your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a pleasure. And please let us know a little bit about yourself, like from the beginning. Where are you from? How is it that you got into this space? And
Well, I came here 6.5 years ago from Southern California. Southern California, I had a large jet center, larger than this one, but in Carlsbad, California. Got into aviation at age of 3, and have been stuck in it ever since.
That's amazing.
So, yeah.
So I wanted to ask, so your parents were involved in aviation, or how did you?
I had an uncle who was a crop dusting company down in the
Okay.
Imperial Valley, and at age 3, that was my first airplane ride in an open cockpit biplane with him, and I've been hooked ever since.
That's amazing. Do you? You said you were before the chat. You told me you were a pilot as well. How is it that you got into that?
It was
process.
just kind of the natural evolution. Being my uncle's nephew, and in the 7th and 8th grade, I worked for a company in Carlsbad, and we had a bunch of World War II aircraft, and we restored them there, and it was used on a television show called Baa Baa Black Sheep, and
Really?
that's where I really got my start.
I haven't seen it. I might take a look at that. So you were in Carlsbad managing a craft area, surface area. How was it that you got to here to Redmond? Well, how was that transition, or
Yeah, I'll try and give you the short version.
concise? Yeah.
I was doing very well down in Carlsbad, and the prior owners of this company, we had a mutual friend, and they asked the mutual friend, "Do you know anybody that would be willing to come up here and run our operation?" And they suggested me, and they called, and I said, "Yeah, I'd be having to have the worst day of my life to consider packing up from here and moving up there." And about 6 months later, that mutual friend calls and he says, "How you doing?" And I go, "I'm having the worst day of my life." And next thing I know, the owners of this company are calling me, and I was in my truck 12 hours later to come up and look at the opportunity. It happened that quick.
Huh.
So,
And sometimes that's how decisions are made, and it changes.
well, my family lives, my parents live here, and they're getting up in years, and I kind of, was real open to the idea of being able to be closer to them. The pay scale in Southern California is quite a bit
Yes.
higher than it is here, but the quality of life here is better than it is down there. It's not a rat race. It's a lot of really good folks here. So,
Yeah, definitely. It's a much more. That's what I noticed. It's a much more tranquil environment.
yeah.
There's from Redmond to Bend. There's only a four lane at most, and in California it's like a 6
It's 6 and 8.
on one side, huh?
Yeah.
So so it depends obviously what part of California you are in, but yeah, it's a very different environment, here.
Yeah, the expectations are different.
Of course.
Here they're a little bit slower. They're a little bit more relaxed when it comes to business. Whereas down there it was a bit of a rat race, and you had to move. You had to move before it was time to move to keep ahead of the competition. So I'm learning how to relax. I'm still not real good at it, but we'll get there.
And that's kind of the pros and cons, because competition is good, huh? At a certain pace,
Yeah.
because you get more done, but sometimes you need to relax. For example, and I'm trying to compete, but then there's times when I do want to relax.
Yeah.
So I understand that.
Well, I'll relax eventually, but I'm
Not yet?
Not there yet. Yeah.
50 more years.
That'll be when they put me in the ground.
That's
So
amazing, man.
it'll be time to sleep when I die, right?
That's a good observation. I wanted to ask, noticing that you are the manager of this location, what is like a day of day of the life of Nelson? Like, what are the most, let's see, concise operations you have to do to upkeep this? Because it seems easy, but I bet it's
Well,
not.
here isn't so bad.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I've got Bend and Redmond, and then I oversee an operation in Helena, and I do a little bit of oversight of our Boeing Field FBO. But I've got a really good crew here. I've got a line service manager here that is hands down the best line service manager I've ever had.
Really?
So he picks up a lot of the weight for me. But it's it's day-to-day stuff. This is a brand new building we just got built. So we've got a lot of little quirks, things that need to be tweaked to get it all running up perfectly. But here it's mostly just keeping an eye on the market and the charter market, the maintenance market, the fuel market, and these transit aircraft that come in. And then I've got development. I'm building an FBO, another jet center down in California, and so I've got that going on. We got a build at Boeing Field, and we've got a few other jet centers that we're looking at acquiring. So I'm kind of in all that stuff, and it's just nothing but meetings all day long.
I bet, man. I bet it's
So,
a lot of.
if I had hair, I'd pull it out.
Or maybe you had some hair, huh?
yeah, I had hair when I came here. But what? I love my job.
I bet it's gratifying, huh?
I never have a morning that I wake up and go, oh my God, I got to go back to the salt mines, to that place again. It's never like that. It's fun. It's pardon the expression, it's a real sexy business. It's wonderful telling people, when they ask, what do you do? I work with jets.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any better than that.
Like a boss, huh? Yeah, that's actually a pretty nice industry, because
it's
a lot of, well, I am not aware of much of how the aviation system works. That's what I'm trying to learn. But I bet it's a lot of logistics, basically, coordination and...
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like a ballet,
Exactly, yeah.
So, there's a lot of, especially here at Redmond, because, we've got to service up to 30, 34 flights a day, fueling, and then we have all our fueling operations here. And in the summertime, we can have that going on and have fire tanker activity where we're doing fueling there as well. And I mean, and it goes crazy.
I bet.
And it's wonderful. Especially with fire season, you really feel like you're a part of an important team, because now you're out there trying to save houses and people, and you're in that network, and that's good. And it's also networking. That's what this business is about. The people that come through the doors, that climb off of those aircraft, are people that are in the know, and they can offer opportunity. Not just for me, but for my employees. I tell my employees, every day you're working here, it's a job interview. And they're like, what do you mean? And I go, you can find any monkey to fly a jet, but there are only a few that can give good customer service, and that's what you're learning. And I go, all these people coming in these jets, they will remember that you were a good person, had a good work ethic, and that's your next opportunity. My old place down in Carlsbad, all of those people are either flying corporate jets, airliners, or they're running businesses like this. And I mean, all of them.
Opportunities.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And I wasn't aware of that, but yeah. Especially with, like you mentioned, people that have the ability to travel in jets, they have abundance. They can give abundance of opportunities,
They really can. I mean, they know that they want things done a certain way, and they're paying for it. It costs $50,000 to fly from the East Coast to the West Coast in one of these larger jets. So you want everything to be perfect for them. You want it to be a good experience for them. But in this business, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Exactly.
And it's really that way in life. Everybody should be, kind to each other and recognize that you don't know where the next opportunity is going to come. They don't just manifest themselves. They're created by yourself and other folks that you deal with.
Yes, opportunity. I've heard of terms, a phrase that opportunity comes with preparation, and I can't remember the other part. I need to investigate that. I'll put it on the section now. But yeah, I understand completely, and that's what we're trying to do as well. Try to collaborate, network with people, and learn as well. Because tourism, because I studied tourism, is such a vast industry that you can never stop learning, just as aviation or things of that nature, you know. But
Well, the most frustrating thing for me in business is hearing the term, "Oh, don't take it personally. It's just business." Okay, here business is personal, and if you don't want to look at your business practices as a personal experience or on a personal level, I probably don't want to do business with you anyway, because you're probably just going to, mess me over at some point. I want somebody that's emotionally involved and invested in the project. And when I say emotionally invested, I mean their honor, their integrity, their work ethic. If you can't bring any of those things to the table, then you really don't have anything I want.
Exactly.
So I'd rather, and when we have customers come in, we make friends with them. You're not a number here, you're a name. And we want to make friends with them, and we want them to have that kind of loyalty.
Exactly.
And friendship buys forgiveness. We're not gonna do it right all the time. But if you have a good established relationship with somebody, they're gonna forgive that. And so it works real well that way.
Definitely, that's totally
Business
true.
is personal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's how the major businesses have grown, with relationships and treating the people right, as well.
Well, and I'd say at this stage of my life, see, 90% of the opportunities I get are because my name came up in a conversation. Do you know somebody that can do this? Yeah, I know this guy. And that's great to be in that somebody's thought process like that.
Yes.
And a lot of them are like, "Oh God, why'd they give my name?" But sometimes it's like, "Hey, that's great."
That's a good problem to have, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you were mentioning regarding now tourism, which I think is an important topic. What do you think that, how is the tourism market here in Central Oregon? Because we know we have Bend, we have Sun River, we have Tethero, we have Brasada, we have Pronghorn. So those regions are attractive for this kind of service, I assume. Huh?
Oh, absolutely. Brasada and Pronghorn, especially in Tethero. Most of the folks that end up in Tethero come up through Sun River.
Okay.
Usually. Sun River has their own airport.
I see. I didn't know
But
that.
during the winter time, all those people come through here because we have winter operations. We plow the runways, we do all that stuff.
Sun River's it gets too chaotic for
It
aviation?
does. It gets closed in with weather. As a matter of fact, a lot of those jets at Sun River will move up here for a few months.
Really?
Or during storms, we'll put them in hangars. The tourism before COVID, it was, I'd say 60% business, 40% tourism. And during COVID, it was swung the opposite way. When they opened up the country, it was 60% tourism and 40% was for business.
You said after the shutdown or during?
During and just after the shutdown. And now we're back to the 60% business and 40% tourism.
Really?
We're going to slow down a little bit going through the winter, but that gives us time to get equipment back up and do all our maintenance and get ready for the harvest, which starts in March.
So
we just start raking it all in again. Yeah.
That's good. I was going to ask you that. Like, what are the best seasons here for tourism in Central Oregon besides aviation? Like, what do you?
Ski season. Some of the best skiing in the world's here at Mount Bachelor, and that'll be a constant. But usually around in February, March, we get a lot of cross country skiers that come in, and they come in on big jets.
I see.
Yeah, it works out real well.
Yeah, even mountain biking in summertime, all that. Like, I think that's a major attractive.
Yeah,
I
believe
hiking.
we have more mountain biking trails in Central Oregon than anywhere else in the country.
Really?
So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's a big deal here.
It is.
All the sports. I mean, kayaking, skiing, mountain biking, boating.
Rock climbing as well.
Yeah, rock climbing is huge here.
Smith Rock.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. Shooting, hunting, fishing. The fly fishing here is world class. So, and then there's golf, which
Exactly.
I don't have the, yeah.
You golf or not?
No. I've golfed
It
3
takes effort,
times,
huh?
and I did good on the 3rd time, and decided I'd
Want
gonna
to keep
quit.
that
Yeah.
undefeated, huh?
Yeah. Quit on a good note.
That's good, man. Yeah, definitely here, in that's what I like about Central Oregon. That it has so many variety of things that's why a lot of people visit here and over time stay, because they like it, that they like that ambience
Yeah.
and have the possibilities as well to
Yeah. There's
to
good beer
afford it,
here
huh?
too.
Good beer, good wine, good
Yeah.
weed,
Oh.
huh?
Yeah. The wine. Yeah. The wine I drink's out of Walla Walla, Washington.
Okay.
But it's Drew Bledsoe's. He used to be the quarterback for the New England Patriots,
I see.
and he's making the best wine around.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't
It's
been.
amazing.
I'll definitely
So,
see
yeah.
if I can go there, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask you now regarding the collaboration that you can notice with aviation. Do you guys focus you can say your marketing or your goals towards more business or more for tourism? Is that something that you guys plan to, or
You know what?
or you
We,
accept
we address it all the same.
everything the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And anything we can do to help the city of Bend or the city of Redmond out to with events that would draw those folks in, you know, we're on board for that. But yeah, we don't discriminate. Everybody gets treated great.
That's amazing. I wanted to ask you now regarding the future. What do you see first here in Central Oregon? How this remodeling of this center will impact the community of Redmond or Central Oregon for like the future? Do you think the plan is to grow bigger than Bend, or
Well,
what do
I-
you guys see as
I
a
think,
mission?
yeah, we're looking at,
vision.
you know, maybe in a year or two, building another large hangar. We think we'll have a need for that. But, you know, and just keeping up with the demand. We're a little bit ahead of the demand right now.
Okay.
But as people find out that we're here, you know, that should attract them to the area. We didn't really have great facilities prior to this, so it was a little hillbilly.
A little
But,
bit out, rudimentary or rustic.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. So, and it was, we were working out of a temporary facility, and you know,
I
I've been
see.
trying to get this built for 4 years, 5 years. And,
Really?
and now it's done, and it's beautiful.
It is. It looks. I was telling you before we had I was trying to get this conversation that it was they were remodeling it. I got the chance to see how it was going to be built, but I couldn't imagine it was going to be
This
this
nice.
this high level. You know, and that's what people like. You know, that's
Yeah.
people like presentation. With presentation,
Yeah.
unfortunately, or fortunately, it depends how you see it. So I
Yeah,
think
I
you guys
mean,
did a good job. As well.
It came out better than I thought, but the invoices for building it were higher than I thought too. So,
Okay.
so you get what you pay for, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. And you can also pass that on to the guest as well. You know,
Yeah, you know, I mean, you know what? I mean, I've had nothing but compliments. We have a lot of customers that have walked through the place, and you know, they've been through the temporary facilities, and now they're going through here, and you know, it's like they just look at you and they're just like, wow, this is amazing. And you know, we have some new ideas, and we've laid things out a little bit differently here
I see.
than in most places. And this will end up kind of being, this floor plan will end up following me to California. We'll build the same floor plan there. You know, we're going to do something similar up at you know, in Boeing. But you know, and by using kind of the same shape, I'll be able to avoid, you know, new costs of design costs and stuff like that. So,
Exactly, and keep the brand consistent. You know,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well, because that matters with the experiences also. I wanted to ask you, what would be like one recommendation for that person that is watching the video and wants to get into aviation as an industry, as their career?
yeah.
What do you think is one tip of advice?
Well, you know,
Share.
it's funny. I gave this advice to somebody earlier today. you know, I mean, it really depends on what part of the industry you want to go into. If you want to be a commercial pilot right now, across the runway here, we have a program called Ascend with the flight school. It's not our company. It's a different company. It's Hillsborough Aero Academy, but it's sponsored by Alaska Airlines, and they take you from knowing nothing about aviation all the way through your commercial rating, and they pay you, and they pay for your education.
Really?
Yeah, and it's a fast track, but you are exclusively with Alaska Airlines at that point. You know, and they guarantee you a job if you perform, and there's that. In this industry, you know, you start off in line service or at the customer service counter, and you learn there, and you work your way up. You know, there's a lot of opportunities here because you know, we have five. They're called FBOs. We have 5 in Canada and 4 here, soon to be 6 here, and you can move around. You know.
FBO, what does it mean, if you don't mind?
Fixed based operator.
Fixed base operator. Okay,
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did not know that there was several opportunities for any space.
Yeah, well, we've also got, you know, MRO, which is a maintenance company, you know, and we'll bring in people that don't know anything about it, and you know, after a couple of years, you know, we'll put them through A&P testing and all that, and we'll train them, and that's you know, almost anything in the service industry you can make a killing at right now. I mean, from landscaping, it just anything. Yes. But aircraft maintenance, I mean, you know, after 2 years, you're making $27-28 an hour. That's not bad. You know,
that's really good.
And yeah, it's just huge shortages in those areas. I mean, in every area of aviation, everybody's understaffed. You know. So.
That's good. So if you're watching the video, come here to Redmond and
we'll
see the opportunities. You know that.
Yeah.
That can be available.
You know, and I tell parents, if parents are watching this, you know, plant that seed in your child, because if you can hook them on aviation, they're hooked for life. And you probably don't have to worry about drugs and alcohol and things like that, things that would pull them away from, you know, the direction that they need to be going in. They take things a little bit more seriously, and it's a great seed to plant. You know, and parents should be talking to their kids about these types of industries all the time.
Yes, it's very professional. You have to be professional. So
yeah, and it's a fast track. You know, you don't have to be a genius to do it. You know, just takes experience, and you develop the intuition, and you're good to go.
Yeah, so definitely, Nelson, I really appreciate your time.
No, absolutely.
If anybody wanted to maybe possibly get in touch with you or with the company, what contact information?
Just call the front desk.
Call the front desk, okay. You have maybe a website or phone number or email?
541-504-3848.
Okay, perfect. Yep. And then the website, do you have any chance just for people if they want to see the services as well and possibly book?
Just www.skyservice.com.
Skyservice.
Yeah, or just Google Skyservice. And we have a new website that's coming on in January, and it'll actually have a back page for employment opportunities.
I see.
And you can fill out and you know, an application right there.
Perfect.
And they'll place you.
All right, Nelson. Definitely, if you want that opportunity as well. And thank you as well for watching this video.
Yeah,
hope you had something valuable from this conversation. And thank you again for.
You bet. Thanks.
See you next time.